that has in fact defeated him, he is after that human being. And this is no different. Last match, I think Devon weighed almost 275, 280 pounds. He has taken it even more serious, even more crazy. Genadi definitely not letting any of the extra arm wrestling that Devon likes to do to tire, to weaken his opponent. He is simply walking away from the table, demanding the hand and wrist are at the right height, that the finger, that the knuckles are showing, and that the wrist is straight. Genadi Kvikvinia understands now this usually a 5-round match will be decided over 7 rounds now. There we go. Hey, we all know that it does happen. There's a lot of extracurriculars that happen in the sport of arm wrestling, and no more than when Devon Larratt is at the table. Genadi has convinced the referee that, listen, all of the bullshit needs to stop. This gentleman needs to start fair. There cannot be a bunch of manipulation, and from what it looks, the referees have listened to Genadi, and one warning has been issued to No Limits. Devon Larratt, the absolute scene here, a mob scene here in Tbilisi, this crowd behind Genadi. But listen, when Devon Larratt came out, a lot of fans super excited that the most entertaining arm wrestler in the country is now pleading with Genadi. Stop crying, put the straps on. This could get ugly, Neil.
I think we've got a warning there also for Genadi Kvikvinia. Little infringement there. We are in the referee's grip. Little movement there, and it cost him the warning. Talk about step into enemy territory. No Limits Devon Larratt is facing a man who looks like Zeus in his home nation. This is going to be the war. Whoa, maybe up in the straps exactly as expected. Now, the back pressure initiated on that start from Genadi Kvikvinia, but you feel like that is not what he has in store at all in this matchup. Look at that. Just jumps out of there, no purchase whatsoever, and didn't attempt to. Do you feel like he goes straight into that press? That's what got him the success last time, Travis. Will he look for it early?
Yeah, I think that he probably thinks that that's really his get-out-of-jail-free card, is the press, the activity. But I'm not sure. Listen, Devon Larratt is prepared for that. This guy has eaten his way to a dominant fashion right now. This dude is huge. And listen, he already asked Genadi to go straight to the straps. From what I can see, Genadi wanted those straps more than anybody. Should have went in and taken it when Devon offered it. Now we're in the straps. Listen, I could be wrong here. I have been wrong in the past once or twice in my 48 years. I see absolute dominance headed for the Canadian here in Tbilisi. He is going to absolutely dominate the Georgian athlete, and we can tell by the banter that the Georgian is already a little shook. Does not like the strap being applied.
There was another warning there.
No foul. No foul. Both of us.
Yeah, one foul now. Second warning, foul. Genadi Kvikvinia. There was a lot of verbals going on in there. Unfortunately, we cannot hear at our commentary point. We don't have the feed from the athletes' microphones, but you can see that there is an enormous amount of conversation taking place, as always. And you can expect that to continue throughout the duration. Will be 7 rounds, remember. Originally scripted for 5 rounds. Will be 7 rounds here.
Another interesting decision from Genadi to accept that. I mean, just because the guy screams it, you don't have to listen to that stuff. 3 rounds is hard enough. That extra 4th round against this guy. And listen, Devon Larratt's upper body torso is so big, his arms don't look like normal. This guy, and his arms are huge, Neil. Huge.
Like he got him from the big arm shot.
This got big. Upper body, big. Face, big.
Face. Let's talk about a face, because it's big. Huge face.
Genadi talking a lot before the match starts. This, I think, is not very good.
No, man, was definitely looking to get into the press.
And one shot fired. A nice little shiver with the palm of the hand to the right chest of Devon Larratt. Devon Larratt acting like he didn't even feel it here. This is going to get dangerous. And I'm telling you right now, if they start fighting, I'm with the Georgian team. I'm not taking an ass whipping here in Tbilisi just to show my love.
Shoes are just to show that I've got the car running outside, and I will be out of here. But that's a different matter. Right now, let's concentrate on wrestling, and it is getting very, very tasty up there. But the most significant thing that I have seen is that Devon Larratt has once again created that maelstrom, that chaos in which he thrives and exists, and can be matched by the intensity level.
Referee trying to square his shoulders at Devon.
Now Genadi creeping around, trying to engage that shoulder early, but that's a warning, a foul. Oh my word! First pin has gone to Genadi Kvikvinia on fouls. Nobody, I certainly didn't want to see that.
Yeah, we have seen Devon manipulate the situation, and I remember, listen, this is one of those situations, Mike Tyson said it best, he didn't deserve to be in jail for that crime, but he deserved to be in jail for other crimes. Devon Larratt, even if he was a saint up there, it is completely okay for the arm wrestling world to see him finally take a double foul and a loss early in a match. I think the arm wrestling world has been waiting for the perception that Devon gets away with murder to come and face it. And here it is, an early win for Genadi. A lot of speaking from Genadi, which means there must have been something to why he was complaining so much. We understand the hand and wrist positioning.
All that aside, I'm going to jump in on the opposite side of that argument right away and say that I personally am as sick as a pig in a pie shop that did not end up in an arm wrestling match, because I didn't come here to see fouls, I didn't come here to see just chaos. I want to know who the strongest one of these guys is, and I want to see him arm wrestle. And hopefully, that is the last foul we see. Hopefully that kickstarts a different attitude and a different approach, and we see these guys go to work on the table.
There, and that's out of the strap. Here we go. Now facing a strap. If I'm Genadi, I'm taking the strap from Devon. Devon's asking for it because Genadi did not look very good in the strap. Maybe the strategy is simple. The more times that we try to get a grip in the set grip, the more opportunities for Devon Larratt to manipulate a situation that the referees are not going to allow today.
Genadi Kvikvinia of Georgia. Georgian general.
I'm refereeing, okay?
Really getting revved up, as you would expect him to do. He is at home. And you can see, as we look in front of us from our commentary position, that this crowd is rabid with excitement. They want this thing to go down. They want it to be about arm wrestling, as do we all. And we saw the first little trace around of these guys engaging up there. But once again, we see a warning. I want this thing to be contested on strength and technical diligence.
Will the boos start to creep in here? I heard a little booing, and Devon was trying to defend his honor after the first foul. Now, listen, we're 15 minutes into this thing. We haven't seen a clean start yet. A lot of chaos here. Normally in the past, with every other opponent, you would give a big favor for No Limits Devon Larratt. However, he is arm wrestling a pro's pro, a guy that is used to deep water. And just like the last match, there were times where I would have bet the bank that Devon Larratt was in control, only to see Genadi still end the match.
surely jumpstart by a mile.
Don't let your eyes, I'm sure you didn't shut your eyes after the foul, and if you kept them open, wow. Devon Larratt looks amazing. Looked a lot stronger in that start than anything that we've seen thus far tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be surprised if the North American athlete shows that he is truly the only real threat to Levon Shack in this feeling. And listen, you can see by the form that Devon is super committed to being the man.
Look at the shoulder commitment.
The posture, leaning forward is amazing.
I mean, I know a moment ago you were talking about Devon driving forward with his shoulder, but he's being matched there by Genadi. Genadi will literally fight fire with fire, and he's doing so there because his back looked like a seesaw there. That was not even remotely straight. And as more people flood into this already packed arena, you can see that we are already 20 minutes into what is basically the arm wrestling equivalent of a cyclone. Bits of moose and cow and goddamn pickup trucks getting whizzed all over the place. We are literally nowhere near seeing this thing start straight. Referees will not sleep for a month.
I don't think Devon has a lot of respect for the hook match, but he's going to make it. There's not going to be a lot of openings. That right shoulder coming forward. Dominant position. And once again, Devon Larratt making fun of Genadi's approach on how to get to the strap. This is amazing.
It is pretty strange that Genadi seems to be taking up a stance there that he will not accept the nominated strap, but it's utterly pointless because it's almost like it's just another opportunity to deny Devon what he wants. Maybe he's the smartest guy in the room and it's a mental battle that he's just trying to confuse him. But what it is doing is eating up time and allowing Devon to create more chaos for us to all live in an already dramatic match which we haven't actually seen a single pin. As the strap is applied, once again making zero attempt to disguise the fact that he will look to charge into the press, run underneath Devon and drive him to the pile in the same manner that gifted him so much success the first time these guys met. But you do feel like Devon is much more committed with the shoulder coming forward at this stage, and the transition from that spot.
I think Genadi feels something crazy up there, Neil. I think if we can get a clean go, it's going to be an immediate win for Devon. No limits, Larratt, North America on their feet here. The Canadians.
The referees there trying just say go. But at the moment, look at the shoulders of Genadi Kvikvinia. Now he came forward and touched there. Oh my word, that is clinical. And he looks into the crowd here in Tbilisi and says, is that it? Look at that, dominant, absolutely dominant from No Limits Devon Larratt, and it silenced this crowd and a little rumble of boos going through, but you cannot deny the fact that he just charged directly into and through Genadi Kvikvinia. Look at
Let's
this.
be completely honest about when that right shoulder doesn't move and you have that ability to not only wrist curl but to pronate as well. There's not a lot of lanes there. Now, Genadi does his scariest thing there would 100% be for him to press. He does not. If that posture stays the same, there is, listen, that road is closed, condemned. There is no bridge for him to get that wrist
How
underneath.
strange was that there, all right? We come to the table. Both men obviously want that strap. Genadi Kvikvinia, Devon said, you want the strap? No, absolutely not. You do struggle to see what difference it's going to make because, I mean, he's diving forward. Is he trying to get a straight up
The
hook?
shoulder, the right shoulder.
Moving forward.
Underneath the shoulder. This guy is a very metal at this moment. This is a big, strong, intelligent guy. We've seen in the past his ability to lay on his tricep, get underneath the table, really work that outside king's move. But we know that that does leave the avenue open for some sort of flop wrist press. Not today, young man.
Today.
No, sir.
If you go down to the woods today, you are sure of a big surprise. And I'll tell you what, Devon Larratt's shoulder count is definitely high. He is leaning forward, diving forward onto that wrist joint. And you know what? The most concerning thing is there for the fans of Genadi Kvikvinia, of which there are so many crammed into this arena tonight, is that there was no stopping point on the way to the pad. It was straight through. Route 1. Pad to pad to pad.
That's not even in the fucking rules. It's not in the rules.
And Devon asking for a foul there. I hope we don't see it because we want to see arm wrestling.
If you're looking for some sort of avenue, if you're still on the Genadi train here, you're hoping that he was trying to press and Devon shut it down. Now, if Devon wants to hook, and he has shown that he is not leaving that open, hey, Genadi's got a good hook. We will see now if he was hell-bent on the press, or can he fight in a hook match.
Well, we've seen it, ladies and gentlemen. We are deep inside him right now. A little transition from Devon, set the hook and then started to pronate. And the only reason he's doing that is to hang open the arm as he talks to Genadi Kvikvinia. But look at the connection he's got. He's not climbing out to the wrist and hand. The pronation is locked in, but he's just putting weight and hanging that 300 plus pounds onto his hand and wrist. We didn't have a good angle, but I can tell you, he was talking to Genadi Kvikvinia there, and he was utterly and completely comfortable. Look at this again. Referee just blocking, but we could see that Devon Larratt was talking throughout. He rolled inside, and then he rolled back out.
A much better start from Genadi there in the hook, having the holding power. Look at the smiles, the talks, listen.
Talking to him, Opana.
I am wondering how in the world are these athletes over 40 years old and continually getting better. It shows that all they really needed was a platform big enough for them to show how great they truly can be. Now, Genadi knows this thing's got to stay in the hook. It's got to be in the hook. Tell him you're cool with the straps right now and hook with this guy. And Genadi says, Travis, you don't know what you're talking about. I will do this my way. And listen, that was the best round for Genadi too, even especially when you couldn't see the look on Devon's face early. Another camera angle maybe shows you that Devon
how big he is, Travis. That camera. Look at the size of Devon Larratt there on that shot. You can, the frame is ridiculous.
Watch exactly where it comes at the beginning. It's coming forward.
It's coming, but he's getting knocked back. He's actually good. His shoulder is straight. He arced it forward. Kind of a weird situation there, because you could see that Genadi's going to just try to charge underneath him, and if there is a lay in there, it's simply because that Devon Larratt is so committed that he's going to hang in there. And it could lead to an imbalance, but you feel like it's something he'd correct immediately in the next round of this 7-rounder. But I don't know. At the moment,
without the strap, there's always a way out when someone is pressing you as well, too. So I just think that you're going to see Genadi try to press, but once again, that will be shown. And then this unbelievable, watch the cuffing, watch the wrist curl, watch the right shoulder. He did get under it. He finally
he got under it, but the evidence is there because he's shouting, elbow, elbow, knocked his elbow. That's a desperation thing. You know, you want to win this straight up. You don't want to try and drive a guy off the back of the pad and get him involved. You want to see arm wrestling. And to be honest, that isn't how Genadi Kvikvinia would roll. This is a guy that has made his name through blood and thunder. This is a guy that comes up here to arm wrestle, and if he is getting on his bike and running, looking for infringements, that tells you just how significant the power that he is feeling from No Limits Devon Larratt must in fact be.
And the confidence too. Devon looking at him and said, "Come on, man, fight me.
Yeah.
Fight me."
Yeah.
My goodness, in this atmosphere, this is an extremely amazing strength athlete in Devon Larratt, and it's so easy to let the jealousy, at least on my part, hit, and you kind of try to take away his greatness. You try to talk about the antics as much as you can, but listen, when the dust settles, just know that this is an extraordinarily exceptional athlete in the sport of arm wrestling. He is our leader, and he is a bad, bad man.
So many options available to him, Travis. We know that he's got the extreme outside lane covered, but there's been none of that tonight. He's coming forward, he's trying to engage you. He's not looking at all to get into the Kings. He's not looking at all to stretch the thing open. His momentum and weight is forward. All 138 kilograms, morning weight of it, is coming straight for. I know, it's criminally. I mean,
here we go. I would say, listen, let's just be honest. This is the last opportunity for Genadi. Right now, we're in the strap. You had your best round last round. You showed your arm power, the ability to hang on for that 15-second match. Now, do you have the technical prowess to get that wrist underneath the hand, knowing that your opponent is not scared at all of your top rope or your hook? And this guy's super intelligent. He knows how to shut down the lanes, and my goodness, he has done a great job here today.
Look
How are you not fouling him?
at the visual there.
You foul me for
I actually think Genadi may have been looking to punch him right off the back of the pad there and forget about trying to go for the pin. And that is very unusual. What we do know is, the win by any means necessary mentality, but when you are forcing this man in this place to look for a way out of the match without getting to the pin pad, that in itself is impressive, and I hope we see this thing going on.
Posture. My goodness,
They're touching heads.
how can it be?
I mean, oh my word.
just call it a win.
Genadi went early there and just bounced off.
Yeah, there's nothing open. There is nothing open.
Open your hand. Open your hand.
You can hear, you talked about it earlier, will we hear the boos? You're starting to hear them now a little bit here in Tbilisi, because look at the shoulders of Genadi there as he tries to kick forward and slide underneath. And I think Devon's got to warn him.
You here? Hey, Bristol, you're better than this guy. You are better than him.
Truly chaotic atmosphere up there at the table. It feels like it's hard to recall just how we've got to 3 pins here, because solid arm wrestling, clean arm wrestling. Devon once again just say go, let him go, and dives on top of it. Decimation, absolutely dominant performance. No Limits Devon Larratt there showed what he is capable of in this new massive form.
Every super heavyweight is on notice, and that includes the king of arm wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the guy right here. If anybody, all due respect to Vitali and to Hermes, make no mistake about it, the #1 contender to Levon Shaganishvili is right there. My buddy, hey, listen, I got a guy runs with Mitsubishi. Eric Swede told me, he's like, listen, Travis, Devon Larratt is going to beat everyone. And my goodness, Eric, those, I can hear your words right now, young man.
Did you see on that start how deeply those guys went frame on frame? Devon was aware of what was coming.
Look, Devon's asking if anyone else wants to take his place. This guy, look at the back. Look at the back of the head. Look at the face. Look at the eyes. You're talking about a dangerous dangerous man in Devon Larratt.
And for the first time, Genadi Kvikvinia doesn't want to make eye contact there. He avoided the gaze of limits Devon Larratt.
You're fucking straight. You're fucking straight.
The referee asking Devon to back his shoulder off, and to be honest, he didn't look like he was too far forward there.
No, Devon begging the referee to just stay out of this. I can handle this. We don't care how it gets started. I am in rare form here. This is a lot of work. Usually we talk about the work being how to lose the weight. Devon Larratt has put it the absolute work on how to gain 70 pounds in 4 months and make yourself absolutely unstoppable.
Now, an interesting dynamic there. We had, in the previous start, Alexander, the top referee, completely happy with the position on the shoulders, and the down referee asking for the shoulders to be backed off. And I thought, and what was interesting, both Genadi and Devon, they weren't complaining at all. They were both engaged, both locked in, and both looked ready to start that thing. And sometimes you do pray that the god of arm wrestling, Travis Pageant, showing me an unbelievably comical message there on the phone. We have a lot of fun.
Artem Taranenko just sent me a message and said, ease up, playa, ease up.
Yep.
I am sorry, no bigger fan than Devon than Artem Taranenko. I know it. I am not the biggest fan of Devon Larratt. However, he is starting to grow on me. Every time that I commit myself to this commentating booth, a little less jealousy is in my heart.
Now look at the position there, Trav. Look at the shoulders again. Both guys are happy and engaged, right?
Different from Genadi too. Going to be a little outside this time.
Well, look at the top roll there, didn't he?
100%.
Which you got to respect that, you know. If you can't find throw the bloody kitchen sink in there. Whatever it is, just chuck it in. And shoulders coming forward, fine looking.
I think we're going to see Devon with a little more patience this round. And really, he told him that he is going to make him quit in his home country. We can see right now, Devon Larratt, will he ease up on how quickly he can dispose of the Georgian and really try to put on the show here and set an example. If I'm in Thursday, I'm walking over to Vitaly and saying, I love you, player, but I think there's a new guy.
Back for the press. He's going back for the press here, Trav. Totally changed his shape there. Then he's got into a hungry R inside of Devon. Now starts to apply the pronator and roll out from there. Engaged it for a moment and straight till the pronator hangs on the hand of Genadi Kvikvinia. And he's staying on the ball. The joint between the wrist and the hand is that.
That's a neutral position. That is neutral.
Who did it easy? It's the second one. I don't know if it's 3 times ever. That's the second time. Genadi needs to relax there. Don't let him out of this match. Genadi's showing up professionalism there. I would be more judgmental if I haven't been in the same position.
I would love to see the replay again there, guys. Was that? I don't know.
That's 2 left-hand jabs to the collarbone area of one Devon Larratt. I can't imagine he's going to let this get.
Look at this replay. Now, look at the elbow, Devon. We're good there. Still fine. He comes forward. What are we getting called for? Is that off the side?
It must be off the side.
Can we get the other angle on that?
Yeah.
I mean, he was in absolute control there. I'm just saying, what he is doing very well there, Travis. He's riding that line between the wrist and the hand and just not allowing Genadi any lane. Not allowing him to close his wrist.
No movement, no movement.
He did come forward, he edged forward and there's the move forward, but God, it look, I don't know. We can't see a thing from where that angle was.
Once again, you gotta be careful defending Devon with fouls, okay?
Well, let's be honest, he was right there. The ref was,
sometimes you reap what you sow. Your past is your past. This guy has absolutely raped the competition for 20 years when it comes to positioning, hand, wrist control, how the triple cap, false start, king's move, and it has all got him to where he is right now. In my opinion, the definite #1 contender in the world when it comes to Devon Shaganishvili.
All I can say is, in defense of the foul, is that the referee couldn't have been any closer. Look at the position. Look at where his head is. The referee's head is literally half a foot from Devon's elbow, so I don't want to question that decision because I can't see, and he very clearly can. I can't imagine why he would call it. Look at his face. He's right on top of the scenario. He's watching Devon's elbow. He moves closer and then gives the foul. He must have seen something. Now, if you're Devon, obviously Devon going to the bank there, really contesting it, and I kind of wonder why, because he could not be more dominant. I mean, I would be relaxed at this point.
It's not. Devon may be kind of setting himself up for a future match. Just let him know, listen, I know that I've fouled before, but if I'm here in this condition, just know that there's no need for me to foul. I'm in complete control.
Utter and complete control of that match. And you can see the strap going to be applied now. And Devon remaining really calm.
Don't give me an imaginary.
There's a lot of questions about whether we'd see endurance become a major factor here. Absolutely no evidence whatsoever that it's gonna. And certainly, we talk about it so many times, Travis. I think there's endurance and there's endurance. If you're sprinting, you've got one level of endurance. If you're near your red line of performance, you've got one level of endurance. I do not believe that Devon Larratt is anywhere near the red line. I think he's well within himself.
We will know exactly how his cardio is feeling by how he accepts this win. Does he immediately control and dominate and win, or is he so unbelievably comfortable right now that he really wants to show the Georgian what he's capable of?
Listen to this crowd now.
Here we go. If Genadi could somehow get a win here, it's a lot. It will be crazy. I do not see that happening. I see a bad dude right here. A dude that went up to 300 pounds just to show you that it's possible, and now the work starts to become. And listen, if you're on that list of guys, and I am on that list of guys that have beaten Devon Larratt, and he has told me he will not rest until everybody goes down. Devon, you are on notice.
Here we go. Down to the ring. Whoa, no. As he dropped the goal, we're underway.
And there's the patience I talked
It's
about.
that same approach. Now, look at the elbow of Devon Larratt. To the far side, there's a big bubble there, not called, and that's not going to be. The rules state that